incredible. For $26 plus $10 parking, you get to come in here, walk around. There's a few races today, a whole bunch of practice and qualifying. You just get to be here. It's really great. We're at Circuit of the Americas, and yeah, really enjoying myself. So I got the whole shuttle to myself. Just dropping my goodies off in the car and gonna take a little ride to the support pack. See what that's all about. up. Long day. Nice and hot, sweaty. Lots of fun though. Very, very fun stuff. Definitely gonna come back again next year. That was a long day at the racetracks. Been here since about 10 a.m. Central Time. I believe it is just after 6-ish, around there. You can see the sun has come with sweet vengeance and fury to make it so we bake. But yeah, I hope they do this every year. Feel like I don't get out to Circuit of the Americas very often, usually because it seems like such a pain. But today, there was no traffic. It took me just over an hour from San Antonio. Parking was super easy and cheap. You could buy tickets at the door. I bought mine online the day before, and then I found out I could have paid an extra ticket price essentially to do 2 laps in my personal car. Met these 2 guys who took their Nissan for 2 laps around the track, which was pretty cool. So now I know that, I'll plan on bringing my FRS or whatever car I'm driving at the time and do a couple laps around COTA. I think that would be really cool. Walking back up to the main grandstand area. Turn 1 behind me now. There it is up there. Now you get the gist. Go-kart track going right here. A lot of cool stuff, and I like that it's not super packed. Even at its busiest point, I don't know, around like maybe 3-4 o'clock, whenever the GT3 cars were going. It was kind of busy, but even then, like, if you wanted to sit down, you could sit down. If you wanted to stand literally anywhere, they had certain parts of the course where you couldn't get to, but there was plenty of vantage points, plenty of seating. I didn't walk up to turn 1 because that hill is not my favorite, and I've done it a couple times before, so I opted to go in over by the tower and check out the bridges. I ended up going on the bridges multiple times, so it was a lot of fun. And walking through the pits was really cool. It's amazing that nobody tells you to move or leave. Well, I guess people tell you to move if you're in the way, but in general, if you're just standing out of the way, you can be all up in there. So I think view of what this is, and maybe if you want to come in the future, or other stuff that COTA does. I mean, they do MotoGP, they do F1, which is a bit of a stretch these days, financially, and just your tolerance of being around large groups of people. They do NASCAR, and they do a bunch of other things like this. Like there was a Ferrari championship a few weeks ago, and I didn't realize it. But now that I did this, and it was as fun as it was, as easy as it was, as cheap as it was, and like couldn't believe the access. Like, I guess these people aren't celebrities, so nobody's paying big money to see somebody nobody's ever heard of that's never been in a video game, right? But maybe one day. I also got to spend some time with a racing team in the GR86 series. That was really fun. Got to meet the 2 dads of each, dad of each driver and an in-law of one of them, and one of the driver's kids, and went with them and sat out at turn 11, which was closed off, but because they were a team, they were allowed to go back there, and so they had their headsets on and were kind of doing spotting on the opposite end of the track.